20s, a time of flappers and carefree living, and also a time of expansion in a movement known as Rotary International. Yes, it was back in those roaring 20s that Rotary came to Apopka, Florida. 22 years after Paul Harris started the first Rotary Club in Chicago, the Orlando Rotary Club sponsored the Rotary Club in Apopka. The Apopka Rotary Club was organized on May 17, 1927. This is Apopka just a few months before the Rotary Club of Apopka was chartered. And in case you didn't recognize it, this is the intersection of Main and Central looking north. This is the same intersection with the construction of the William Edwards Hotel shown in the background. This is Main and Central looking east on Main Street. This is the opposite corner of the same intersection. And this is Main and Central looking south on Central Avenue. This is the William Edwards Hotel that was completed on the corner of Main and Central and was the first regular meeting place of the Apopka Rotary Club. This is the group of Apopka's businessmen that gathered to sell stock for the construction of the William Edwards Hotel. From this group of businessmen would come 11 of the 17 charter members of the Apopka Rotary Club. In the left back row are two charter members, Stuart Edwards and Elwood Callbach. Also standing is W.W. Walters and J.D. Jewell. He's in the front row. W.T. Champneys on the left in this picture, and J.E. Parrott is shown on the right. John Jackson, Charter Treasurer. Leslie P. Waite in the center. On the front row left is George F. Stewart, Jr., and front row right is William Edwards. In the center of this picture, on the back row, is the charter president of the Apopka Rotary Club, Carl J. Jackson. This shows Carl in the center with the charter secretary, Elwood Callbach, with two other charter members, Dr. Tommy McBride and Clem Womble. Other charter members are R.T. Carlton, J.G. Grossenbacher, Lloyd King, and Sam Ragsdale. Carl, our charter president, went on to serve Orange County for many years as county commissioner and Orange County tax collector, and he's still very active in the community. Rotary International is an organization which holds service above self as a prime goal. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the idea of service as a basis of worthy enterprise, and in particular, to encourage and foster the 4 avenues of service. The first avenue of service is club service, which leads the Rotary member to the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. This is the time we enjoy each week at the club meeting on Thursday. This is our Rotary Bulletin. And these are the meals. Incidentally, Earl is smiling because he's just been told he could lead the singing. Certainly we enjoy the friendships we make and the fellowship we enjoy at our meetings each week, such as greetings from fellow Rotarians, the programs we enjoy, and even serving as program chairman. Down through the years, our members have made many lasting friendships through Rotary. This is a group picture of our Rotary membership taken way back in 1944. Charlie Sickles is on the right with his hand on his hip, taking this picture by remote control. In front of him is Doc Tommy in the front row. Tom Swanner provided this picture, and he's in the left center of the picture. This picture was taken when the Rotary Club met at the Colonial House or Tinsley House, and I'm sure everyone remembers the fine meals provided by Mrs. Ayla Moore. This is a close-up, and you can see Clem in the back row. Clem, Doc Tommy, and Tom Swanner are the only members who are still in the Apopka Club. In the front row left is Bill Rice, and behind him is Leon Shepard and John Masick. To the left of John is T.L. Rogers. In back of Doc Tommy is Tech Haggard, and to the left of him and in the row behind Tech is one of our charter members, J.G. Grossenbacher. To the left of J.G., on the same row, you can see Tom Mahaffey. The years passed, and this is the club in 1965. You can see many Rotarians who are still members of the club. In the front row, Doc Tommy is seated third from the right, next to Bob Reed. Some members have passed on. M.M. Barley Hooper and David Bishop in the front row, and in the second row far right is Ernest Aker. A very exciting trip for any Rotarian is to attend a Rotary International Convention. This news article tells of 5 Rotarians who made a trip to Mexico City back in 1935. They made an amazing trip at that time, traveling 2,200 miles, and won the trophy for the club. They traveled the most miles, multiplied by the number of members attending, and divided by the total club membership. These members were Doc Tommy, John Masick, Clem Womble, Cecil Willis, and Wilson Hamrick. Henry Land was president-elect at that time and said that this was about 1/3 of the total membership of the Apopka Club. The trophy the group brought back from Mexico was originally given to Rotary International by the Eustis Club. Our club had a joint meeting with the Eustis Club and retired the cup, with Eustis giving a new cup to Rotary International. Clem is seated on the ground second from right, and H.J. Laney, Apopka Club president, is seated in the center behind the cup. President Tom and Vic are working at the Foliage Festival, which is part of our second avenue of service, community service. Community service, broadly speaking, is the avenue that embraces everything Rotarians and Rotary clubs do to help improve their communities. This is the 16th Annual Art and Foliage Festival. Bill is shown here auctioning off plants. Youth programs have always been a great part of our community service, and youth work is Rotary's long-term investment in the future of the community, the nation, and the world. The Apopka Rotary Club raised funds to complete the youth center. Jim Mahaffey and Bob Pittman remember this project, and for many years, this is where Rotary held their meetings. Our Rotary Club has provided many scholarships to students throughout the years, and most recently have provided one to the present reigning Miss Apopka Foliage, Miss Robin Maple. The Rotary Club sponsored the completion of the track at Apopka Memorial High School, helped in the dedication of Roger Williams Field by providing the marker naming the field. The field is named for Rotary member Roger Williams, who has 27 years perfect attendance in the Apopka Club. Our club provided this memorial marker at Kelly Park in memory of Dr. Howard A. Kelly, who donated the park to Orange County. The Apopka Rotary Club has also been a sponsor of the Little League program here in Apopka. Rotary has supported the City Youth Recreation Program as well as many other programs for the young people of Apopka. The four-way test is part of our third avenue of service, which is vocational service. This service encourages and fosters high ethical standards in business and professions, the recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupations, and the dignifying by each Rotarian of his occupation as an opportunity to serve society. Our club has provided desk plaques of the four-way test for businessmen in the community. Many club members have donated to the Rotary Foundation for not knowing the four-way test at our meetings. This medallion is given to Rotarians who become Paul Harris Fellows, which is part of our fourth avenue of service, which is international service. This service is to encourage and foster international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world fellowship of business and professional men united in the ideal of service. The Apopka Rotary Club is a 700% Rotary Foundation club. The Apopka Rotary Club has had 2 Paul Harris Fellows. Doc Tommy, who is displaying his Paul Harris Fellow lapel pin button, and the late M.M. Barley Hooper, who was our first Paul Harris Fellow. Barley passed away in October 1975. Barley was an outstanding Rotary member and lived Rotary throughout the community, serving the Chamber of Commerce, his church, United Appeal, and was elected to the Orange County Budget Commission. Barley also carried out the Rotary principle of service throughout his life. During the past 50 years, 2 of our charter members, Dr. Tommy McBride and Clem Womble, have remained in the club and maintained a record of perfect attendance. In fact, both on separate occasions were transported to weekly meetings by ambulance and literally carried into the meeting on stretchers to maintain that perfect attendance record. Yes, this is not only a golden anniversary for our club, but a golden anniversary for Clem and Doc, and their record is certainly one that has brought a distinction to this club and that can be equaled by very few, if any, other Rotary clubs. This is Doc Tommy and Clem in 1942, when they had 15 years perfect attendance. This was when Rotary met at the school lunchroom on the corner of Park Avenue and 5th Street. Here they are in 1948. Debonair and distinguished Rotarians indeed. This is Clem and Doc in 1966. Clem's classification in Rotary is refined oil products, and for many years he was the Gulf distributor in Apopka. Clem is now retired but still enjoys outdoor sports. This is Clem in his workshop showing many of his trophies. Clem still loves the outdoors and finds time to golf, fish, and hunt. Doc Tommy's classification in Rotary is physician and surgeon. Doc Tommy is still active and keeps office hours each week. He has served Apopka as a physician for over 50 years and at one time was the only doctor serving the area. Doc Tommy doesn't keep as long office hours, however, as he once did, giving him more time to enjoy working around his yard. And if you should drop in to see him, he'll probably challenge you to a game of pool, and he still enjoys hunting and fishing. Both Doc Tommy and Clem have been great Rotarians, and all of our lives have been enriched for having known them, and we have enjoyed their fellowship throughout the years. Our hats are off to Clem and Doc for such an outstanding record here in Rotary. This has been a brief glimpse into the past 50 years of Rotary in Apopka, and has certainly been a great adventure in service for all Rotary members. We can be proud of the part that we have played in the growth of Apopka from this and this to Apopka as it is today. Main Street, 1977. And at the corner of Central and Main. We are meeting back once again on the same corner where we first started meeting 50 years ago. On this golden anniversary of the Apopka Rotary Club, as we look back with pride, we also should consider the challenge of the future, which is to move faster along the 4 avenues of Rotary service. Each Rotarian must accept his own personal challenge to strengthen club service, for this is the foundation of all service, to serve and dignify his profession, and to exert leadership to raise the standards of his business or profession, to serve his community more effectively so that his town or city will become a better place in which to live and rear his children, and to explore every possible means with his own club and in cooperation with other groups to increase international understanding, thereby hastening the time of peace and goodwill. In conclusion, a word of thanks to those who helped make this audiovisual presentation possible. To Frank Burnell, Norman Ustler, and Bennett Land. Photography was supplied by Florida Power Corporation with special music and sound under the supervision of Tim Mullins of WTLN Radio here in Apopka. This is fellow Rotarian Bob Noble saying congratulations to Apopka Rotary on their 50th anniversary. May your next 50 years be equally as productive and exciting as your first half century just concluded.